Le Mans Ultimate's newest update is out, bringing us a new car class, a new track, and improvements to the sim from tires to improved online features. Does this update make Le Mans Ultimate better? Let's find out. LMU brought out their newest update. With it, we have the new GT3 car class with 4 cars: the BMW M4 GT3, the Corvette GT3, the Ferrari 296, and a free car, the McLaren 720S. They also gave us a new track with Interlagos, and the next upcoming pack will include the remainder of the cars that raced in the real-world WEC. Before we get to the cars and tracks, let's look at the new online features. LMU launched racecontrol.gg powered by Simgrid. Before, you could only really join daily or weekly races and the special events. But now, with Race Control, you can host or join races, events, and championships held by LMU or other communities on their servers. Now, Race Control offers 3 tiers of membership: Light, which is free and it gives you the ability to join and create races; Pro, which is $48 a year, that gives you the ability to join championships and get drivers' reports; and Pro Plus at $84 a year, and that expands the benefits to receiving all LMU and R Factor 2 DLCs for free with an active sub. Now, this is their version of a competition system similar to what iRacing has. And you don't need race control for it to race in the dailies, weeklies, or special events, but it does expand on the multiplayer functionality for LMU. And this is something that I think that has really been needed ever since the launch of the game. And I was able to do a few races with it, and everything ran great with no lag or anything on their hosted servers. This update finally brought us closer to completing the 2024 WEC grid with the addition of the first half of the GT3 cars. We get the BMW M4 GT3, the Corvette Z06 GT3, the Ferrari 296 GT3, and the McLaren 720S GT3, which is a free car for all owners of LMU. And overall, I really like the feel and drivability of the new GT3 cars. And this might be just me, but I feel like the drive a little bit slower than I'm used to. But then again, that could be just me with how the FOV is in LMU and being used to the faster cars of LMU with the hypercars and the LMP2s. After driving all the cars, and this is with no changes to the setup or anything, the BMW felt like the safest car to drive out of the bunch. It was just planted the whole time, but not necessarily the fastest car. Now, the Corvette is the wild horse out of the bunch, and it has a lot of throttle oversteer coming out of the corners, and if you get on it too soon, you will spin out in the corners. The McLaren felt really good and rewards you by driving at its limit, but the minute you do go over, it will punish you and it will start to slide. But to me, the best car of the bunch was the Ferrari 296. It feels fast and takes the corners like a champ. It's super grippy, but just like the McLaren, it will hurt you the minute you go over the limit. I do have a gripe about the GT3 cars. The engine sounds while in the car sound a bit muted, and often I found myself shifting to neutral because I couldn't really hear the revs of the cars. I don't think they need to redo the sounds or anything, but I think they need to make them a bit more dynamic in the sound range to better understand what the sounds are and what the revs are doing so you're shifting properly. And they did also add a new track with Interlagos, which is one of the WEC rounds, and this is one of the tracks I really enjoy driving on, and here was no exception either, and I know it's going to excite a lot of the fans of this track. Along with the new multiplayer functions and the new content, LMU has fixed some things with the sim. They fixed a few things with the AI, and they updated the tire temperature warm-up to better relate with real drivers on the track. And they also fixed issues with AI going for non-existent gaps on the straights, and now giving us the ability to enhance the AI aggression settings. And while not official yet, they did update the VR options, so now you can have a virtual mirror, and they also fixed the shadows to render on both lenses, also with some menu fixes and now a separate HUD while you're driving. There are a lot more fixes to this game, and if you want to read about all the changes, I will have a link down below so you can read the release notes for yourself. Overall, this is a good update moving forward with Le Mans Ultimate. It brought in updates that many LMU fans have been asking for a very long time, from multiplayer and the ability to host races and championships, and giving the ability to get your whole community involved in the sim. And I know a lot of people are tired of the GT3 cars in the Sims, but they are an essential part of the WEC field in real life, and they really needed to be added here. And I'm hoping in the future they can add classic WEC cars and maybe even a career mode or race moments from the past with achievements that we need to accomplish on the track. But back on the GT3 cars, they do feel good and they do have their own personalities and different ways you need to approach driving them, just like you would with the hypercars in the sim. I do hope this update will revitalize the sim and keep them going, because overall I think this is a good race sim that many people have passed on because of the former leadership of motorsport games, to me, which is a shame. And I will admit that the game maybe didn't start with the best of intentions by the former regime, but I do think Stephen Hood has been working hard to change that perception. Anyways guys, did you get the new pack? Have you tried it yet? Let me know what you think down below, and if you like this video, please like, share, subscribe, and until next time, have fun racing. Later.